Okay, good morning, everyone. This is a Rand Swiss platform trading webinar for the Velocity Trader platform. While we wait for some more people to arrive, I'm just going to quickly go through a few slides with you. But yes, like I said, this is a platform for a trading webinar. Because I know some people are still unsure about how all the functionalities of the Velocity Trader platform. So yeah, we're just holding this webinar to show you exactly how to set up the platform, how to use the platform, how to place your own trades, how to calculate your risk when placing a trade, how to amend like your stop loss and take profit and all those kind of things. Okay, but like I said, I'm just going to wait for a few more people to arrive. So while we await them, I'm just quickly going to go through a few things. Rand Swiss, exactly what do we do? So basically, Rand Swiss, we have three parts to our business. We have the securities broking. So this is, for instance, people with Velocity trading accounts, you will fall into this bracket, securities broking. So basically, there are two different platforms we use. So if you're a trader, again, like you, Velocity Trader guys, you want to trade CFDs, Forex, commodities, index futures, and you want to take short-term positions. So you buy something, maybe you want to do intraday trades, maybe you want to hold it a couple of days or weeks. This is what we would consider trading accounts. So you have the second one. And then for that, we usually use the Velocity Trader platform. If you're a bit of a more long-term investor, so you want to employ a long-term buy and hold strategy. In other words, you want to buy a share and you want to hold it ideally for years. I know sometimes people hold it for months or some, but mostly if you're a buy and hold investor, usually you look to like, I'm buying the share and I aim to hold the share for 5-10 years. Then we will probably use the DMA platform, and we will have a DMA training webinar soon. Let me quickly just check when the date is. But yeah, so that is more for long-term investors. Sorry, I'm just quickly trying to pull up the webinar here so you can just confirm the date for you. There we go. I'm just going to share the screen for you quick. Okay, so here we go, DMA platform training. So DMA, this is the other platform we use. Velocity for traders like you guys. You want to do short-term positions. Long-term buy and hold investors would probably recommend going with DMA rather. And this will be held so on the 30th of August, also at 12. There'll be a webinar for anybody, because I know some of you have Velocity accounts and some of you have DMA accounts as well. So for any of you who want to know how to use the DMA platform, 30th of August from 12 to 1, there'll be another webinar. I won't be the one holding it. It will be Werner. He will be presenting that webinar. But yeah, so there will be another one. So if you want to register, you just come to randswiss.com. You click here on Insights, and then you can either click there on upcoming events, or you can just click immediately on this, how to use the DMA platform. So these are some of this is the one we're doing today, but yeah, these are some other webinars we have. If you want to see all the webinars, you click on the upcoming events, and then it will give you a full list of all the webinars we are going to hold for the next few months. Okay, but yeah, today we're focusing on Velocity. Okay, so investment accounts, DMA, trading accounts, Velocity, Forex. Forex is for people. So I'm not talking about Forex trading like you're doing on trading account on the Velocity platform. Forex is for people who want to send some money out of the country, or maybe you're bringing money into the country. We can assist you with that as well via Investec. Then managed solutions, that's the other part of our business. This is more, so these accounts are self-managed accounts. You're managing your own Velocity account, you're managing your own DMA account. But some people, they open accounts and they say, look, we want you guys to manage it. And then we can manage it for you according to our model portfolios. We've got the global equity portfolio. We've got a portfolio for South Africa. We've got the AI portfolio. It's one we launched recently. So that portfolio is not like designed by AI, but it's more focused on stocks operating in the AI space. So those are some of our portfolios, and we manage it for you. Of course, we will charge a management fee on it. Structured products, we recently did one of those. And then we've got the other side of the business, wealth. So wealth is where you need someone to kind of like advise you on all your financial investments. For managed solutions, you're basically saying, look, guys, I've got X amount of money. I want to invest in the stock market. Please invest it for me according to one of your portfolios. But if you want to talk RAs, you want to talk to a guy saying like, look, how much should I invest in the stock market? How much should I invest in bonds? How much should I put in an RA? How much in blah, 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 all those kind of things. Then you need to talk to one of our wealth managers. Our wealth managers are all CFP, so they've got the right qualifications, but they will actually sit down with you, look at your risk profile, look at your age, look at your investment horizon, and they will come up with an investment plan for you saying, look, put this so much in that portfolio, put this much in an RA, put this much in this, put this much in a tax wrapper, and all those kind of things. They'll help you with estate planning and all those kind of things. And then, yeah, this is just basically the process, but you all already know this, so I'm not going to go through this because you already have accounts, you know how to open an account. Then these are all the awards we've won. So Rand Swiss, we were ranked #1, so the best stockbroker in South Africa for 3 out of the last 4 years. We've got the best online broker as well. So that's basically what you guys are, the self-managed guys. You fall under online broking. You manage your own account. So we've won that account quite a few times as well, that award. But yeah, so hopefully again, this link is here. Unfortunately, the survey is closed, so you can no longer do this. They closed it last Friday. So we say thank you to any of you who did complete that survey. Thank you very much. We appreciate it a lot. Hopefully we'll rank again well in this year's survey. Okay. Then these are the research you can get. So if you're an online trading account, you will get this Trader Connect alerts. This is from Rand Swiss. It's mostly generated by me, but sometimes Gary will generate some, and some of the other guys will generate some. But yeah, you pretty much have to have a Velocity account to receive this. Then the free tool, anyone can sign up. This is the weekly wrap, usually presented by Viv. If you miss it, you can just go to our YouTube channel. So just go to YouTube, search for Rand Swiss. All these videos are uploaded onto our YouTube channel as well. Just as this webinar, we will upload it to YouTube as well. So if you want to come back to it later, if you register for this Webstar, as soon as we upload it to YouTube, you'll get an email saying, look, video's uploaded if you would like to watch it again. And then for our private clients, you will get the Small Talk daily research from Anthony Clark. If you don't know Anthony, he's one of the top rated analysts in the small and mid cap space. So if for our selected private clients, you will get his research as well. If you're looking to invest a little bit of money in the small and mid cap market of South Africa. Then hopefully we're working on it, but hopefully soon, Garth McKenzie, if you don't know him, he's one of South Africa's top rated technical analysts. And hopefully soon, all Velocity clients will begin to receive some of these trading ideas as well. Okay, so the agenda for today, the first step is just showing people how to access it, because I think a lot of people access only one version of the platform. So I'm just going to show you there's like many different ways to access the platform today. I'll show you how to do that. Then once we've completed that, I'll show you how to set up and use the platform. And then finally, towards the end, if you've got a TradingView account, I'll show you how to link your Velocity Trader account to TradingView. So if you don't want to use the Velocity Trader platform, you can actually link it to your TradingView account, and then you could trade via TradingView. So you don't even have to log into Velocity Trader. Okay, so the first step would be, okay, quickly, let me just share my screen here. Sorry about this, 1 second. Okay, so this right here, tradedesk.co SSO login Rand Swiss. So this is the back end portal. Okay, so this is not a trading platform. This is the back end portal where you can pull statements, or if you want to do withdrawals, and you can also set passwords and all those kind of things. So this is the back end. I'm quickly going to log into this. I'm just going to move away because I don't want to give away my own personal details here. So I'm just quickly going to go back to the PowerPoint while I log in. Just 1 second. So what you use is your your email. So the email you use to sign up for the account. You're going to use your email to log into this portal, and then the password. If you don't remember your password, there's a little forgot password link which you can use. Okay, I'm bringing this back. Okay, once you logged in, they're going to send you an OTP. It might take a little while. Luckily today it's very quick. It came in through. But if it doesn't come through immediately, don't worry too much. It usually takes up to 30 seconds, sometimes a minute to get it. Okay, you put in your OTP, then you log in. It's going to take a second. Okay, there we go. So then you're going to be met with this screen. Okay, so one way to access it to the trading platform, if you don't want to download and install the platform onto your computer, is you log into this page, you click here, trade via portfolio. Take a little while, or you can click there on dashboard, and then you click on trade, okay? At the moment, so like I said, this is my account. I don't have money in this account at the moment, but there'll be a trade button. You click on it, and it takes you to the platform. But I'll show you a different way that's easier. If you don't want to first log into this portal and then go through all these steps to come and click on trade, you can just come to this website. I'll show this website to you earlier, and then you can skip that whole login process, okay? But this is the trading platform. Then there is the desktop and the app. Now, one important thing to note is the password you use for this portal, which I just used here, you cannot use that password to log into the trading platform. So what you have to do is, if you're new to Velocity, you have to come here, and then you have to click there on any of these create trading credential buttons. Okay? So you click on create trading credentials. Then you select your trading account. At the moment, they don't. Oh, there we go. There's my trading account. Okay. So then they give you your login. This is the login you're going to use to log into the trading platform. So I'll just show it again. Home. Create trading credentials. Wait for it to load. Then you select. Okay, it's going to take a while to load the account again. There. That is your login. It's also here at the top. Here's my full name, Johannes Christoffel Krog. Your client number is 103-722-87. Same number, 103-722-87. So that is the login you use to log into the trading platform. Then you have to set a password for the trading platform, okay? So you cannot use the same password that you used to log into this account. You'll have to change. You can either use a totally different password, or you'll have to change one character, or you can add one character. But at least one character has to be different. Okay? So you're just going to set a new password, confirm it, and then click set password. By the way, if you have any questions during this webinar, just put it in the chat. I'll get to it towards the end. If I don't get to it during the webinar, I'll definitely answer once the webinar, once we've gone through everything at the end. I'll answer your questions. Okay, but just one more time. So to access the trading platform, you can either log into this website, then you'll get this page, then you can say trade via portfolio. Load, then trade, and it'll take you to the trading platform, okay? The other way is, but if you want to use the trading platform itself, like the desktop one or this website or the app on your phone, then you need to first come and set a password. So again, you just click on create trading credentials, wait for the page to load, then wait for your account to load, select your account, take note of what your login ID is, set the password. Again, just remember, you cannot use the same password that you use to log into this website. You'll have to change like one character. You can use a different password, but it has to be different by at least one character. So create a password for your trading platform, confirm it, and then set password, okay? Once you're done, you're good to go. Then you can log into the platform. So you can either, where's the download button now? So usually I think they might have changed a little bit. I think it's because I didn't. Usually there's a download button here below where you can download it, or I just want to check we still have it on our website. Okay, we did change it. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I'll have to double check for you what happened there. Sorry, the zoom bar at the top now doesn't want to go away. Okay. But then the other option, the easier option in my opinion, is to go to this website here, trade.za.velocitytrade.com. Okay, so one more time, trade.za.velocitytrade.com. So you can use this website, and you can use this pretty much in any browser. So if you're away from your PC and you want to use a different PC, you just come to this website. Because the thing is, if you download the trading platform onto your computer, then maybe you're away from home, you don't have the app on your phone, and then you have to wait till you come back home to use it if you don't have the app on your phone. So the other option is just to open a browser on a different PC, and then you come to this website, trade.za.velocitytrade.com, and then it'll give you this trading platform. Okay, then you log in. So this is the account I'm going to use today. This is just our little play account for the company, which we use for demonstration purposes. You put in your login, which in this case would be the login you get here, this number. So in the past, if you open an account in the, let's say the last 2 years, your login will be a number. If you open the account more than 2 years ago, your login will most likely, sorry, I don't know why this zoom bar at the top is now refusing to go away. Okay, there, that's easier. Okay, you will have a name. So, but if you're unsure what your login is, literally all you have to do is come to this website and it'll tell you exactly your login is, and then you know, okay, this is my login. So you just log into this Trade Desk website, and then you come find your login, okay? Then for password, what you have to do is that password you created here in this process, you have to put in here. So I already created a password, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. And then I'm going to say login. Okay. So I'm just going to clear this. So you might log in and you might have this set up already, but I prefer to use my own setup. So I'm just going to close all these windows and just start from scratch. And of course, this is not just for this website, by the way. This is also for the desktop. So if you downloaded the software on your PC, this will work exactly the same way. I'm just using the browser app because it's just easier for me, okay? Then the other thing that you might get the first time you log in is this little welcome tour. I'm not going to go through it slowly now because I'm going to show you how to set up the platform anyway. But you can get this little welcome tour that shows you how the platform works. Then you can close it. If you want to bring it back up, you just come here where it says more and you click on onboarding. And then you can take the welcome tour again if you've maybe forgot something or you just want to refresh your memory. So one more time, more, and then you click on onboarding and you can get this welcome tour. Okay, but let's start setting it up. So to set up your platform, you come to terminal at the top, and these are all the little modules you can put on your platform. We will start with a chart. So one thing to note, when you put the chart, it always defaults to 1 minute. Now, what do I mean with 1 minute? I mean, these candles are all 1 minute candles. So every minute, a new candle will be formed. Now, if you're happy with that, that's fine. But I think most people prefer to use daily candles. So all these candles are 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. But if you like, you can say, no, I want 1 hour. There's 1H. And then you can have hourly candles. Or you can say 4 hours, or 1 day, or 1 week. So then you get weekly candles. Okay? But I'm just going to default to daily candles. Then you'll see here at the top, it says 6 months. Basically, what that means is they're giving you 6 months worth of data. So if we zoom out, all these candles are 6 months worth of candles. So as you can see there, the first candle, so at the bottom here, at the bottom now, if you'll see over, it says 17 February. So 6 months. Basically, it goes back 6 months. If you want to, I usually just set it to max, just so that I know I have max. And then it's going to download 20 years worth of candles. Now, of course, not all of these stocks will have 20 years worth of candles, because if you look, for instance, at a stock like Dis-Chem, they weren't listed 20 years ago. Dis-Chem listed like within the last 5 years, if I remember correctly. So they are only going to give you 5 years worth of candles. But nevertheless, if there is 20 years worth of data, they will load 20 years of data. So this is the first step when you load the chart. Just remember, it's going to default to 1 minute. So just remember to change that to 1 day or 1 hour, whatever is your preference. And then set the time period. How much data do you want on this chart? The reason they do this is because, of course, downloading this information uses data. And if you're maybe on a mobile data connection, you don't want to download as much. So then you can say, no, it's fine. I just want 1 year's worth of data. But if you're on an uncapped fiber connection, doesn't really matter. You can just go 20 years. Okay, so that's the first step. Then I just want to check here. Oh, then you can check. So now it defaults to candles. But here you can change it. So maybe you want a line chart. Then you can change it to a line chart. Maybe you want a bar chart. You can have bars. And if they're too thin, maybe, or you want to change the colors, you can just right-click on the chart, and then you go to Settings. And then, and then you can play around with this. I'm not going to go through everything, but then you can change the thickness, the color. So, for instance, data style. Up, say, no, I don't want blue. I want green. Then I can just say, boom. And now all these candles, up candles are green. Oh, sorry, bars. So what do I mean with up? It means the stock, the close of the stock is higher than the open. So it's much easier to see on candles. So I can show you. So basically, if you look at a candle, the bottom part, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So let's look at today's candle, for instance. This line here, if it's red, it means that the open is above the close. So this is the open price. Today, this ETF, let's see. If you want more information about this, you can click on this little block here at the top. I'll get to that later again. But this is basically the OneVest MSCI World ETF. I'll go through the instrument details again later. But basically, this ETF opened. So if you look at the top here, it gives you the open and the close and so on. But if you look there, it opened at 80 Rand 2 cents. And currently, it's at 79.81. So, of course, 79.81 is below 80 Rand 2 cents. And hence, the candle is red. As for these little lines, what do they mean? It basically means it opened here. It went all the way up here. So that's the high. If you look there, it gives you the high there. It went as high as 80 Rand 60. Then it went as low. So this is the bottom part of the little stick. It went as low as 79.59. And now it's gone back up to where it is currently. But because the close, I mean, technically we're not closed yet. The close is only at 5 p.m. today. So that's when the JSE closes for trading, at 5 p.m. But for the moment, the last traded price is used as the close on a candlestick. So because the close, the last traded price, is below where it opened, it's red. But if we look at this one, for instance, the close is at the bottom. Oh, sorry, the open is at the bottom and the close is above the open. And for this reason, the candle is blue, or you can change it. I mean, you can change it to green as well. So that's how candlesticks work. Okay. If you want to change it again, you can change it here. Line chart, bar chart, etc. I personally prefer candlesticks. Okay. Then what you can do also is you can put an overlay. So let's use a good example. This is where you change what you want to see on the chart. Here at the top. So let's, for instance, say I'm now going to look at APSA. You can either type in APSA, and it's going to give you APSA. Okay, so there it's preferential shares, but there are two APSA, or if you know the ticker code, you can just type ABG. Then it's going to give you two, the CFD and the equity. So if you're a short-term trader, you want to go with the CFD, just because the fees are a little bit lower on CFDs. If you're a long-term investor, then you want to go equity. Even though the trading costs are a little bit higher on the equity, the long-term costs are much lower, because on CFDs, I'll get to this again later as well, CFDs are leveraged, which means you're basically trading with borrowed money. If you're borrowing money, you have to pay interest, like any loan. But with an equity, it's not leveraged. You have to put down 100% of the money, which means you're not borrowing any money, you're not paying any interest. So in the long term, it's much cheaper buying equity, but short term, the fees are lower. The interest is very low on CFDs. So if you're a short-term trader, you're going for CFDs. But of course, also traders like to use leveraged positions. CFDs are leveraged, equity is not leveraged. But okay, so I'm looking at APSA. At APSA, so what we know about South African bank stocks is usually they're very highly correlated to the rand. So if the rand strengthens, the bank stock strengthens. If the rand weakens, bank stocks weaken. So a good way to say this, so overlay, if you want to compare this. So now for instance, I want to compare APSA stock price with the USD ZAR exchange rate. So you come here to this little add overlay button. You click on it and you say, okay, well, what do I want to overlay? I want to overlay the USD ZAR exchange rate. So I click USD ZAR. Now I'm just going to use a line chart, just not to confuse, because I don't want to have candles and another candle is going to be confusing. So I'm going to, instead of using candles for this one, I'm just going to use a line chart. And then you can play around with all these things. And then you add it, and there you go. There is the USD ZAR exchange rate. And then we can compare. You can see. So the rand strengthens. I know it's going down, but remember the exchange rate. So this is here on the left-hand side. So on the right-hand side, we have the APSA stock price. On the left-hand side, we have the USD ZAR exchange rate. So if it goes down, it means the rand is strengthening. You have to spend less rands to buy a dollar. And as you can see, as the rand strengthened, look what happened. APSA stock price went up. And then the rand started to weaken again. APSA stock price started to come down. So it shows that correlation between the rand and financial stocks. But the main reason is I just wanted to show you this little overlay feature. If you want to compare a bank stock to the USD ZAR exchange rate, or you want to compare two stocks, you can use this function, the overlay function. And then if you want it to go away, you just click this little X and then it's gone again. Okay. So that's the overlay feature. Then you have this little drawing toolbar. So if you click this, it will give you this. You can keep it at the top, or you can drag it, or sometimes you can drag it. I guess not today. On the desktop app, you can drag it to the side, but this lets you draw on a chart. So if you want to draw support lines or trend lines, so let's use this, for instance, line. I want to draw a trend line. Then you use these little features, okay? So there I draw a trend line, and if I click, okay, and then if you want to remove it, so you just click it, make sure it's selected. The way you know it's selected is there will be little balls at each side of the line. So you click it, There it's selected, you right click and you say remove, and then it's gone. Okay. And then if you want this to go away again, you just click on this and then it's gone. Okay. And then this little thing as well, you can also drag around and put it where you want to put it. You can put it at the bottom, the top. You can put it, keep it a square on the side, keep it down in the corner, whatever you want to do. You can drag it around, put it anywhere you want to put it. You can right click, and then you can choose what information you want on it. So maybe you don't want all of this information. You can take it out, you can add it. So for instance, say for instance, I don't want that high-low thing there. Then you can just click high-low, click OK, and boom, it's gone. Okay, so you can edit that as well. So again, you just right-click on it, click settings, and then you can choose what you want to add. Another way, you can also just click on the chart, click settings, come to this info window. And then you can also edit it if you want to. Or you can just take it away if you don't want it at all. You can just click this button, click OK, and boom, it's gone. Put it back, come to info window, show info window, click OK, and it's back. Okay. Then the next one, add indicator. So I'm not going to go through each one of these indicators, but I'll give you an example. So there's the MACD, but let's say it was way down by it. I don't want to search for it. We'll scroll for it. You can just type in MACD, MACD. Then you click add, and then it's at the bottom. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. If you want to go away, if you want to edit it, you can click on this little button. You can edit it. So let's the values. So currently it's set to 12, 26, and 9. Let's say I want to change it to, I'm just arbitrarily choosing numbers here. 24, 52, 18. Change it. And now you see the indicator changed as well. Okay. And then if you want to take it away, just click on X and it's gone. Okay. So that is charting. I'll look at these buttons in a moment. This is if you want to place orders, but I'll get to that later. Okay, so this is charting. Let's go to the next one. Watch list. So there is your watch list. At the moment, there's one on there, MTN. If you want to add something to it, you click on this little plus button. And let's say I want to add Vodacom. I'm looking at Vodacom and MTN. So you can tick the ticker code again, or I can just type out Vodacom if you don't know the ticker code. And then again, it's going to give you the CFD and the equity. I'm a trader. I want to see the CFD. Then you click add. And there's Vodacom. If you want to add multiple ones. So let's say, for instance, okay, so these are all the exchanges, by the way. So because we don't just have JSE CFDs, we have CFDs from the LSE. We've got NASDAQ CFDs, New York Stock Exchange CFDs, and all those kind of things. But okay, I'm just going to focus on the JSE at the moment. So there, CFDs, JSE CFDs, and then there's another way of finding them if you're looking for something specific. But usually it's easier to just type it out, find it, add it. Okay. If you want to remove it, you click on it, you select it. So it's very important. You have to make sure it's selected. You'll know it's selected if it's highlighted. You right click and you just say remove selected symbols. Say I want to select more than one. Hold Control on your keyboard, click, click, and then you can select multiple ones. Again, so press Control on your keyboard, click, click. Then right click, remove selected symbols. So now it will remove all the symbols that I have selected and they're gone. Okay, let's add some back again. So I'm just going to add MTN back again, MTN, add. Then it gives you these columns. Okay, so you can edit these columns. You right click and then it gives you a full list of all the columns you can add and take away. So for instance, symbol, I want to have the symbol. I don't need to mark a data exchange. I know MTN is being traded on the JSE, so I don't need that information. Then you could say last. So last is the last traded price. Maybe I want to see, because there's a spread. We'll look at the market depth window in a moment, but you get the bid and the ask. So I want to, but I don't want to pull up the market depth first to first see what the bid and ask. I want to see it in my watch list. So then I click on bid and ask. Maybe I want to see the change percentage for the day. That's fine. I want to see what is the high and the low for the day. And then I'll just leave. Now you see all those columns are there. But sometimes, especially if you're working on a smaller screen, on a laptop screen, this can get a little cluttered. So what you can then do, again, you just right click. So don't right click here, right? Right click on the column, the heading at the top. You right click, and then you can say, okay, I don't need this information. I'm just going to take it away, and boom, now you have your columns. Okay, so that's how you can edit your watch list. And then you can add all the stocks you want. So one trick I want to show you as well. Let's add ShopRite back, SHP, ShopRite. So let's say you want, when you click on this, you want the chart to change as well. Because at the moment I'm clicking, but it's not doing anything. What you do is here at the top, you see this little link icon, symbol link. Click on it and choose a color, whatever color you want. I'm going to go with yellow. Then do the same on the chart. Make sure it's the same color. So now you see, okay, it's selected MTN, but now if I click on ShopRite, it automatically changes to ShopRite. Changes back to MTN when I select MTN. So it's just here at the top, symbol link, this little icon, look for this little icon, choose your color, and then do the same for the chart window, and then those two windows are connected. Okay. Then next, okay, let's look at market depth. Let's have a look at that. So at the moment, you can see it added market depth to the chart window. Let's say I don't want it. I want it to be separate. What you then can do is drag it. So click it and then drag it. And then you just choose where you want it to go. Okay, so I want it off to the side, and boom, now it's off on its separate window. But now the chart is very small. So all you have to do is drag it, and then the chart can be a little bit bigger again. But okay, so this is your market depth. So let's just link this one as well. So what does the market depth tell you? The market depth tell you at the moment, there is someone looking to buy 218 MTN shares at this price. And there's someone looking to sell 40 MTN shares at that price. And then next in line is someone, okay, just changed. So if it's a highly liquid stock like ShopRite or MTN or Naspers, you'll see this change constantly. It's a less liquid stock, like usually small cap stocks, it will be more constant. But this basically shows you what are the top 5 orders currently in the market. These are limit orders people placed. I'm going to go through the limit order just now. But these are limit orders people placed to buy or sell MTN shares on the JSE. So this data is coming directly from the JSE. These are orders that are currently at the JSE waiting to trade. And if you place a limit order, I'll show you in a moment how to do all that. But if you place a limit order, you will actually see your order. So let's say I placed an order to buy MTN at 132.60. Oh, no, not 60. Because if I put 60 now, it'll pretty much trade almost immediately. But let's say 132.55. You will see your order go in between these two. So that, but this is basically the market depth. And at the top, they give you all this little information. But it's a lot of the information is the same. You can get already go on a chart, or you can put it on the column for your watch list. But if you want, you can edit it. No, sorry, you right click, edit. But that edit function is only for the desktop. So that's the platform you download onto your PC. At the moment, the browser app doesn't allow you to edit it. But it's the same way we edit this. You just right click and say settings, and then it'll give you all the information you can add. You can add and remove, move things around, and etc. Okay, so this is market depth. And it's basically just showing what are the live orders currently for MTN on the JSE. Okay, That's the market depth. It's very simple. You can place orders here if you want, but it's very basic function. I personally prefer. Okay, I'm not going to do time and sales. It's more complicated. This webinar is more like a beginner's webinar for people who want to use the platform and they just want to know what the basics are. We're going to get overcomplicated now. The next window is your order entry window. So this is where you actually buy stuff. Now, what you can do is you click here. I personally prefer to click attach, and then it's there permanently. Okay. So you click order entry, and then it's there. And then you can just, attach. Then it's there off on the side. You can just close it again if you want to go away. But if you don't want to touch it, you don't have to. You can just bring it up every time when you want to place an order, okay? So then you do, let's say you're going to place an order. I'm going to leave this later. Let me go through the other windows first, and then, because there's some things I want to show you. So I'm going to leave this for now. Positions is the next one. Okay, so positions are basically your open trades. So if I place an order, I bought MTN shares. I own the MTN shares or CFDs. They will show in your positions tab. So your positions tab is basically you're saying your open trades. Those are your positions. Then again, the same, if you want to edit the headings, the same way you right click here to edit the watch list, you can just right click here, you can edit it. So my personal preference is I want to see the symbol. I don't need to see the symbol type. Side is basically just to make sure, because with CFDs as well, that's what sets CFDs apart from equities is with CFDs, you can actually open short positions. If you're not sure what a short position is, a short position is where you basically make money if the price goes down. With equity, you can't do that. You can only take long positions on equity trades. Yes, technically you can sell if you have a long position. You can sell your shares, wait for the price to come back and buy them back. But with CFDs, you don't have to do that. You can just open a short position, okay? So that is what side is. Side is telling you, are you long or short, okay? Then open price, that's the price at which your trade opened. Current price, where is it currently? Quantity, how many CFDs or equities did you trade? You're going to date and time. Date and time is basically just, I like date and time, but date and time is basically just when did you open your trade? Okay, gross profit. So this is before fees, net profit, after fees. Let's go down a little bit. And I like to, if you want to know what fees you pay, swaps, I'll get to swaps just now. Then I like to see my stop loss price, my take profit price. And then I don't really need that. I don't really need that. Okay. Now, but as you can see, it's a little bit cut off at the moment. So again, what you can do is you take that, you say, no, I want it to be like that. And then positions, I want to be down here at the bottom. And then it's much wider. You've got more space to work with, okay? But you can play around with it. There we go. Sorry, it's a bit janky at the moment. Let's just make it bigger again. There's the chart. Okay, so there are all the columns. And then you can drag them around as well if you want. So there, I want my date and time to be first. Symbol, sorry, there. I want my date and time to be first. Then I want my open price. This is my personal preference, how I like to set it up. My date and time, I want my symbol. So let's say, for instance, I traded MTN. It will say here, MTN. Side, let's say I'm long. Open price that I like. Current price, I want to be after open price. Then I want my gross profit. After that, then gross profit, I want my swaps and my fees. Then I want my net profit. Quantity, oh yeah, quantity. I also would like to know how many. So let's say I traded 100 MTN CFDs, it will say that 100. Okay, gross profit. So your gross profit is basically, or sorry, your net profit is basically just your gross profits minus your swaps and your fee. Now, what are swaps? If you click on this little purple button that says CFD, You can click it on the chart. You can click it on the market depth. Doesn't really matter. It will bring up this symbol info window. Okay. If you scroll down, it will give you the margin requirements. That's 15.76. So basically, that says for every MTN CFD I trade, whether it be long or short, I need to put down 15 Rand 76. Now, as you can see, MTN is currently trading at 132.80. So basically what's happening here? What's happening is I'm putting down 1576. Then our CFD provider, in this instance, it's Nedbank. Our CFD provider is giving you the rest of the money. So whatever 132.80 minus 1576 is, Nedbank is basically lending you that money. They're saying, there you go. But of course, if they're lending you money, you're paying interest. Now, what is that interest? That interest is 11.49% per annum. But you pay a little bit every single day. Okay, so you can actually calculate if you want. So I'm just going to bring up this, and then I'm going to screen share. So I'm not sure if you guys are. I'm just going to share the screen instead. Okay, you should be able to see this calculator now. Okay, so we can do the calculation. Let's pretend it's 132.80. Sorry, I want to take this away. There we go. Okay, so let's say it's at 132.80. Okay, now we subtract this 15 Rand 76 minus 1576. That gives you 117.04. So basically, that is what Nedbank is lending you for every CFD you're trading. Now, let's pretend I traded 100 CFDs, okay? So times by 100. So basically, Nedbank is lending me 11,704 Rand. Now, the interest on that, I'll get to the short one now, but the interest on that, if I open a long position, is 11.49, okay? So then we say times 0.1149. That means over the course of a year, I'm going to pay 1,344 Rands of interest. But you're paying a little bit every day. So divide that by 365. And essentially every day, I'm going to pay 3 Rand 68 cents in interest. That is, let me just move this up, the swaps you see here. So let's say I open a trade today, swaps will say 0. But tomorrow I'm going to come back and it's going to say 3 Rand 68. I paid Nedbank 3 Rand 68 in interest. Then tomorrow I'm going to pay another 3, after the day after, another 3 Rand 68, another 3 Rand 68. As long as my trade is open, I'm basically going to pay 3 Rand 68 every day that my trade is open on a CFD. So that is the swaps. That's the number you'll see there. Every day you'll see that number go up by 3 Rand 68. Okay, so that's a swap. The fee is what you pay your transaction cost. If you're not sure what your transaction cost is, that's the order volume number here. So again, if you want to see that, you just click here on the button, you scroll down to fees, and that's your fee. That is the cost you pay to open the trade. So that's based on the total value of the trade. So we can do another example. So our fees range a bit. It depends on the size of your account, the frequency of trading, and so on. But let's say usually our starting rate is 0.5%. Okay, so let's say I bought, I'm just going to make the math easier. Let's say MTN. I bought MTN at 140 and I bought 100 of them. Okay, so I spent 14,000 Rand. Okay, I'm going to make it a bit bigger actually. Let's say I bought at 140. I bought 300 MTN shares. Okay, so that's the total value of the share. I bought 42,000 Rands worth of shares. If my fee is 0.5%, then I go 0.005, and that's the fee you pay. So that's the fee that will show up here under fee. And then if you take gross profit minus your swaps minus your fee, that will give you your net profit. Okay. Then just quickly on short. So you pay interest on long trades, but on short trades, you actually earn interest. It's a bit complicated. I'm not going to, because like I said, this is more like just for beginners, getting started, how to use the platform, etc. But basically, when you open a short position, you will actually earn interest. So that number on the swaps will be positive, not negative. Okay. But yeah, okay. So that's the positions tab. That is your open trades. Then your next one is your working orders. So working orders, I can do an example for you. Let's quickly place a trade. Actually, I'll get back to it after we place a trade, because I want to take you guys how to show a trade in this order entry window. So I'll leave this one for now. But basically, just as an example, if I say I want to buy MTN, but I want to buy at 130, I don't want to pay more than 130, then I will place a limit order to buy MTN at 130. That order will then come and lie under working orders. And then as soon as MTN hits 130, that's when my trade will activate. I will buy MTN shares, and then it will move from working orders to positions. So that's your work. So that's the difference between positions and working orders. Working orders are basically your orders that you sent to the stock exchange, the market, in this case, the JSE, but it hasn't traded there. It's just lying on the order book. And then as soon as it trades, then it will disappear from your working orders and it will move to your positions. Then finally, orders history is basically just the history of your orders that you placed. So again, same thing. If as soon as it trades, my position, okay, open trade, but you'll see another one here for order history. So it's basically just the history of orders you placed on the system. If you want to go back and see what orders you placed and everything. And then filled orders are orders that actually filled. In other words, orders that actually traded. So that's a history of the orders you placed, but that have actually traded. While orders history is just all of your orders. Filled orders are orders that actually traded. So sticking with that example, at 130, I place an order, it gets to 130. Now I have an open trade, that's my position. And then it will also move here, filled order, because now the order has filled. So just in the history again, it's a history of your filled orders. Then one finally, remember you can link these as well. So I can make this yellow, and I can make this yellow, I can make all of them yellow. So then when I click on my trades, the chart will change automatically. Okay. So you can just remember to link your tabs or your windows or your modules, whatever you want to call them. Okay, but now let's quickly do an example of an actual order I'm going to place for you guys, a live order. So you bring up order entry. Okay, I'm going to do, because I mean, like I said, this is just a play account. We don't really, there's only like 400 Rand in there, so I can't place too big of a trade. So I'll go with a Forex trade, USD ZAR. Okay. Again, I can link it. And I say USD ZAR. Oh, sorry about that. USD ZAR. Select it. And as you can see, the chart automatically changed. Okay. Now I'm going to do an example of buy. So in other words, I'm going to make money if the Rand weakens. Just remember on Forex, that's how it works. The currency at the end, the ZAR, that's your quoting currency. In other words, that's the currency you're seeing here. So in this case, ZAR is at the end, so you're seeing what a dollar is worth in Rands. But of course, if it goes up, it means the Rand's weakening. If it comes down, the Rand's strengthening. Okay, so I'm going to do an example. So I'm going to go long, so I select buy. Next, quantity. Now on Forex, this is a bit different. If we change to MTN, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. But with Forex, you can do fractions, okay? And one thing I need to point out, again, I'm going to click on this little window. It's going to bring up the symbol info. Then lot size. So basically, lot size, what they say with a lot. So if I buy a whole one, that means I'm buying 100,000 US dollars worth of Forex. So in other words, 0.01 then is equal to $1,000. I'm buying $1,000 worth of Forex. So if you're not sure what the quantity means, just click on this little info window, come to lot size, and they'll tell you. When they say lot size, they're not talking about a fraction. They're talking about one whole lot, okay? So we can do the same. If you look at MTN, pull up MTN, pull up the data, click there, lot size you see is 1. Because you're essentially the quantity of 1 is equal to 1 MTN CFD, 1 MTN share. But for Forex, USDs are change. This is 1. What is that equal to? What's the value? 1 is equal to 10,000 USD, $10,000. Okay. Now, of course, I don't want to trade $100,000. I'm happy. I just want to trade 1,000 for now. We change that. Then the next step, you need to select your order type. But yes, I will come back to the quantity. Usually you lose the quantity for last, but we'll do that now. Then you do, if I use market, it means I'm just going to buy at whatever the price is now. I don't care. Just do my trade for me. Personally, I prefer limit because limit allows me to say at what price. What's the absolute maximum I am willing to trade? So let's say I'm going to say 19. I want to buy when it gets back down to 19. Then I'm going to put my stop loss. I'm going to say I want to put my stop loss at 18. 19, whatever, not really important. And I'm going to put my take profit at 1950. Okay, so now, as you can see here, this is the minimum lot size, 1. If it goes to my stop loss, I can lose 100 Rand. Okay, now it's for you to decide. How much are you willing to risk? That's what I meant with, we'll come back to the quantity. You now have to decide, okay, how much am I willing to risk on this trade? And with risk, I mean, how much am I willing to lose if this trade goes against me? If this trade goes to my stop loss, how much am I willing to lose? Usually what we say is, look at your account value and decide on a percentage value. That percentage value, I cannot tell you. It depends on your account size. If your account is bigger, you can say, okay, 1%. If your account is smaller, so let's compare, like, for instance, say you have 100,000 Rand in your trading account. Then you can say, okay, I'll do 1%. 1% risk, which is 1,000 Rand, which basically means, okay, 1,000. So it means I can take this up to 0.1 because 0.1 is essentially 10 times 0.01. And then I can keep my risk to 1,000. But if your account is smaller, let's say now your account is only 10,000, then 1% is only 100. So then you know, okay, well, then I have to stick to only a quantity of 1. But usually that is not going to be enough. For Forex, that's fine. Because with Forex, the fees are very low. The Forex, you don't really pay the fees are there. If you do a Forex, you'll see the fee 0. Now there is fees, but the fee is inside the spread. Basically, the difference here between the bid and the ask, that's the fee. So it's about 1 cent-ish. So for every, if you convert that back to rounds, because remember, you're not just trading $1, you're trading $1,000. That's the quantity of 0.1. So 1 cent times 1,000, they are basically paying 10 Rand. That's roughly the fee for Forex. It's not going to show here because that's not how Forex works. For equities, you'll see a fee here, but Forex is just be 0 because the fee is baked into the spread for Forex. That's not the case for equities. For equities, you pay the fee based on the value of the trade that I showed you earlier, that's 0.5%. So if we do an example like MTN, let's go back to MTN, okay? I'm going to buy, just an example, 130. I'm going to put my stop loss at 120. And I am going to put my take profit, whatever, doesn't matter, 150. Okay, now if you say your account's 10,000 and you say, no, I only want to risk 1,000 Rand. Sorry, 100 Rand, 1% of your 10,000 Rand account, 100 Rand. That basically means you can only do a quantity of 10, which is fine, no problem. But the issue is you now have to look here. So if the trade goes as you expect, now it goes to your take profit of 150, you can make a profit of 200 Rand. But remember, that's a gross profit. And our fees on equity and equity CFDs is 0.5%. That's where it starts. I mean, again, like I said, you can negotiate a better rate if your account's bigger or you trade more frequently or whatnot. But let's say it's 0.5%, but there's a minimum charge of 100 Rand. That means you pay 100 Rand to open the trade, you're going to pay 100 Rand again to close the trade, which means you're basically wiping out your 200 Rand profit. So you understand how if you're a smaller account, you're going to have to risk a bit more than 1%. If it's 100,000, I mean, it's one thing if your account's 100,000, you say, well, I'm willing to risk 1,000 Rand. That's no problem. Because then you can be looking at 2,000 and your fees will be way below 1,000 Rand. Your fees will probably be about, you have like 500 Rand around there. So you're still making 1,500 Rand profit. But if you're only trading 10, I mean, the fees will wipe out your profit. So that's why you'll probably have to look closer to 3 to 5% if your account's smaller. I'm not advising, I'm just saying. I mean, you can go do the maths. Because if you say, well, okay, I'm willing to risk 5%. Oh, okay, well, then you can do 50. That keeps your risk at 500 Rand. But you can make a profit 1,000. And your fees will be 200, which means you're still making 800 Rand profit. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to look at what's the size of my account, and then you have to decide on, okay, what percentage am I willing to risk on this trade? If it's a big account, you can say 1%, 2%. If your account's a bit smaller, on to 10,000 Rand, then you have to say, well, no, I have to probably do 3 to 5% risk. Okay? So just keep that in mind. But that is how you decide on the quantity. What quantity do I trade? How many CFDs am I going to trade today? You base it on your risk. Well, how much can I risk? How much am I willing to lose on this trade? And just as a reminder, how do you calculate it? Let's say you have an account of 25,000. And you say, okay, I'm willing to risk 3%. And you say, okay, 25,000 times 0.03, because that's 3%. And that gives you the number 750. Then let's make the calculation a bit more difficult. Let's say it's 115. Yeah, 115. Take that back to 1. So you're risking 15. So then what you do is you take that 750 Rand and you say divided by 15. And that gives you a quantity of 50. So that means, okay, I can trade 50 and that will keep my risk at 750 at 3%. Okay. So just again, a recap. How many do you trade? Well, how much are you willing to risk? Decide on the percentage amount, or even if you don't want a percentage amount, decide on the Rand amount. So even if you just say, I don't want to do this whole percentage calculation, then say, fine, okay, I have an account of, sorry, I'm just going to put this back at 1. Okay, so I have an account of 10,000 Rand. On my 10,000 Rand account, I am willing to risk 200 Rand. So you say, okay, 200 divided by 15. Okay, so if I want to keep my risk at 200 Rand, I can do a quantity of 15. And then you say, okay, I'm keeping my, sorry, what? Oh, 13, not 15. What am I doing here? 13. And then you see, okay, my risk is 200, roughly 200. I mean, it's not always going to go into 200 because, I mean, 200 divided by 15, you're not going to be able to get the whole amount. And then you look, but then again, you have to consider what's the charge. If I'm paying the minimum fee of 100 Rand per transaction, that means, okay, fine. I'm essentially going to make 60 Rand profits there. So just keep those things in mind, okay? But okay, let's quickly place a trade. So like I said, I'm going to do a USD ZAR trade. USD ZAR. Okay, I say I want to buy at 19. I want to put my stop loss at 18.90. And I'm going to put my take profit at 9.50. By the way, you don't have to put a stop loss and take profit. I'm just doing it, but you don't have to. The only thing that's really required is the limit price or the limit order. Okay. Then I just double check, everything's fine. Yes, I only want to do a quantity of 1. You say place order. You say yes. And now you can see there. There is it, under working orders. It hasn't traded yet. It's just waiting there to trade. This is my working orders. Okay. So, but now I'm going to cancel it. So you can click there. You write, so make sure you select it. Right click, cancel order, cancel order. Yes, cancel it. So I'm going to place a different one now. I'm going to go back, order entry. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to do USD ZAR again. This time I'm actually going to trade it. Okay, so I'm going to do a limit order again. You can see I'm going to say, you know what, anything under 1911, I'm happy. And I'm going to put my stop loss at 18.90 again. I'm going to put my take profit at 19.50. I'm going to place an order. So now you're going to see, okay, actually not 1911, because right there, that's the price I'm looking at. If I'm buying, I'm looking at this side. Right now, this price is above my 1911, so I'm going to make it 1912. Okay, I'm going to say place order. Now it's giving me this warning. What does this mean? Basically, all this means is I said I want to pay nothing more than 1912, and this warning is telling me, yeah, well, okay, that means it's pretty much going to trade immediately. Because if you look at the offer side, the bid offer, it's below 1912, so it's pretty much going to trade immediately. So that's all this warning is. Okay, I'm saying, okay, that's fine, I'm happy. Boom. Now you can see there are 2 trades here, positions, there is my open trade. And now I told you, this is a Forex trade, so it's saying 0. I'm basically the fee. I'm just basically starting the trade at a loss. That's basically your fee. You're trading the start because there's a spread. So to make money, this side, because now I'm looking at this side, right? Because I bought. So now to close the trade, I need to sell. So when you buy, you look at this side. When you sell, you look at this side. This now needs to come above my open price before I'm going to be in the profit. So that is how you pay the fee on Forex. You basically start the trade at a small loss. Okay. But yeah, so there, this is an open trade. There you go. There is my stop loss. There's my take profit. So that's what you're seeing here in working order. It's my stop loss and my take profit. They're here now. If I want to edit this, you can either click here and just click modify order, or you can select it here and click modify order. And then I can change my stop loss. Say, no, I want my stop loss to be at 19 now. Then I modify it, confirm, yes, and there you go. My stop loss has been changed. So just again, one more time, you select it, highlight it, right click, modify order, change your stop loss. I'm going to change it back to 18.19, modify, and there you go, 18.90. That's how you modify it. If you look at order history, there is the history of all the orders I placed, right? Not all of them traded. Like for instance, like I showed you here, this is the order I placed for 19. That one didn't trade, remember? Because I mean, it had to go down to 19 first. But it's still showing me, this is just my order, you placed this order. There, I created it, then I canceled it. Then I created a new order to buy there. That one filled, that one traded. Then I created another order. This is my stop loss. This is when I changed my stop loss to, oh no, this is in the beginning. This is my stop loss. So when it filled, it created 2 more orders. These are the 2 orders you're seeing here. My stop loss and my take profit, and then I modified. You see, this is your orders history. And then this is the filled order. This is the only one of all these orders I placed. This is the only one that filled. That was this one when I said, okay, I want to buy at 1912. Okay. If I want to close the trade, I just, again, you select, you right click, close position, confirm, close. So I'm going to do it one more time. So if you want to close your trade, select it, right click, close position, close, and boom. There the orders closed. Now you're going to see I have 2 full orders. Okay. Then, okay, sorry, this one is going pretty quick along. I'm just going to quickly do one more thing. You can set up this workstation like this, but if you want, you can add a new workstation and say one just for chart. I just want to see a chart. Then you do it here at the bottom with this little plus sign. Okay. And then you can have a totally separate workspace just for charting or whatever. So that's how you do that. And finally, the last thing I want to show you guys. Tab, I'm going to go to tradingview.com. At TradingView, I'm going to show you guys how to use TradingView. But for all you guys who are using TradingView, if you want to link your Velocity account, here at the bottom, you will see Trading Panel. Sorry, I just want to confirm. I'm sure you guys are all seeing this. Trading Panel. Sorry, now let me just confirm. Yes, okay. You guys are seeing this. So, Trading Panel, you click there. Trading Panel, select, Velocity Trade, connect, log in. Oh, sorry, I'm not logged into account. But you just click on it. It's going to bring up a new window. You just put in your login details. Again, oh, they logged me out here. But yeah, the same login details that you use to log into this trading platform, you're going to use the exact same details to log into this one. So just come to the chart, click Trading Panel, click Velocity Trade, connect. It's going to bring up a new window. You put in your Velocity login details, your trading platform details, and boom, your account is connected. And then you can, instead of using this platform, you can trade using TradingView. Okay, so that's how you do that. Pretty simple. If you struggle with it, we're always here to help. Don't worry about it. You just let us know. We will help you. No problem. But okay, that's the end of the webinar. Sorry, it went on a little bit longer than I thought. To withdraw money from your account, go to that website I showed in the beginning. You log in here, you'll see there's a button. Once you're logged in, you click on withdraw and you withdraw your funds. But you do it via this portal, tradedesk.co/sso/login/rand Swiss. Okay. That's so, but you do your withdrawals from within here. If you struggle, just send an email to us to support@randswiss.com, and then we will action withdrawal on our side. We'll request the withdrawal from Velocity. But that's basically how you do withdrawals from this portal. tradedesk.co/sso/login/rand-swiss. Login. You'll see there's an option there to do withdrawals. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. This video will be uploaded to YouTube. So if you want to do a recap, you just want to watch it again, you will get an email soon enough letting you know, okay, this video has been uploaded to YouTube. You can go watch it. Otherwise, you can just go subscribe to the Rand Swiss YouTube channel. And then as soon as it's uploaded there, you'll get a notification from YouTube saying there's a new video and you can watch it. But yeah, okay, that's all for today. Thank you for doing the webinar, joining me on this webinar. If you wanted to watch more webinars, just go to randswiss.com. You'll get a full list of all our upcoming webinars if you would like to join any of them. But yeah, that's all for today. Thanks. Have a good day.